NewsTribune sports writer Chris Yukas, and I'm here with NT sports editor Kevin Klum and sports writer Jared Bell. And today on NT Prep Preview, we're going to take a look at the prep softball season. One of the top teams coming into this spring is Putnam County, who returns a lot of starters from last year's sectional final squad. Guys, it looks like the Lady Panthers are ready for another big run.
Yeah, they don't return just a lot of starters, Chris. They return all the starters. They had all juniors and sophomores on last year's team. No, sorry, sophomores and freshmen on last year's team, juniors and sophomores now. They had their ace pitcher back, Shelby Yepson, first team All-Area last year. She had some back problems in the off season, but she's back from that injury, and if she stays healthy, that's going to be a big key. When they take the field for their first game, which God knows when that's going to happen with this weather, they will have the exact same defensive lineup as last season. The batting order might be changed up a little bit, but pretty much the same. So they should be really good with all that experience, because these juniors have been playing on varsity since freshman year. So they have now this is their third year on varsity. They've been to regionals. They went to the sectional final last year, like you said. So they really should have a great season if Shelby Yepson stays healthy.
Well, the amazing thing, like you just said, they're all juniors and sophomores. So no matter how good they do this season, they still have next year. So they kind of came on the scene last year, and they'll definitely be back for one more season. So it's incredible to think that they're that good and that young.
Guys, who are looking to be some of the other good teams from around the area?
Well, like every year, LaSalle Peru is going to be good again. Maybe not as good as last couple of seasons because they lost their ace pitcher, Allie Smith, our two-time player of the year. They also lost several other starters from the team that went to state 2 years ago and won a regional last year. But they still have several quality players back. They have two good pitchers in Brittany Zawacki and Brandon Zeman, so that would obviously be a key. Carly Spelich is back, although she moves from center field to catcher, but she's a good player. And Haley Rand, they all started last year. And Abby Turgeon, who was All-Area last year, is back. She's going to go from second base to shortstop. So LP should definitely be a good team again.
Well, you also have St. Bede and Mendota. Both teams return quality starting pitchers. With Mendota, it's senior Ashlyn Kennedy, who has been around forever. She's been around for 3 or 4 years. Same thing for St. Bede's starter, Lainey Schweikert. She's been around for 3 or 4 years. They, good friends. They've done a lot of battles. Maybe even this year they'll have to battle in the postseason. Both teams also return a lot of hitters, and the fielders. So you expect that the offense will be good. Same thing, like I said, about 7 or 8 starters for each team are back. So hopefully that will lead each team to a good season.
Schweikert at St. Bede has been pretty much the area's most dominant pitcher of the past couple of years. She's been right up there.
Her coach thinks that she's the best pitcher in the area. Now, obviously, some other kids will have some say about that, but that gives you how much he thinks of her.
Yeah, I'll say this year she definitely is the best pitcher in the area. The last 2 years, her and Allie Smith have been pretty competitive with each other, but I think Lainey stands out above everybody else this year, but I guess we'll see on the field.
Shelby Yepson might have something to say about that.
Yeah, Yepson's pretty good too. But then, another team that is going to be counting on their pitching is Ottawa. They have 3 pitchers back that they think are pretty good, and they're all going to be playing college softball. Lindsey Green, Hillary Hahn, and Jaleesa Kindred. So they have several other starters back. So they hope to be competitive in the Northern Illinois Big 12 this year. Fieldgrass should be stacked. Like they have their pitcher back in Tiffany Lindsay, who won 20 games last year, most in the area. They also have a really, really good offensive lineup. They have the Jading sisters, Madison and Taylor, who just put up ridiculous numbers last year.
They have Russman, Haley Russman.
Haley Russman's back. I think Alyssa White might be back. I don't remember for sure.
There's so many kids we were even losing track of them. Yeah. That's how loaded they were.
Yeah, they have a lot of good players back from last year's team, and they do have a new coach this year, and Lori Lorton replaces Eric Schultz, who stepped down in the fall.
And one thing is they did lose Katie Schultz, their catcher. She was an all-everything catcher, kind of the heart of that offense of that team. So, catcher is kind of the one position that's involved in every part of the game. So that will be a big loss. But if anybody can kind of sustain that loss and take that blow, it would be Fieldgrass. Yeah,
Katie Schultz is a 4-time NewsTribune first-team All-Area pick, so she'll be hard to replace. But like Jared said, I think they're going to still have a good team.
Yeah. She was runner-up for Player of the Year a couple of times too. So it gives you an idea of how good she was.
And elsewhere around the area, there's some teams that are looking to rebuild. Princeton has got a young roster. They lost some of their top talent from last year. I know you did the preview, Jared.
Princeton's kind of an odd team because they do have a lot of hitting back, but yet they're still kind of young. They have a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores. They have their ace pitcher, Heidi James. She is not going to be pitching this year because of rib and hip injuries, so they're going to have 2 freshmen starts. So it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of fit together. Like I said, their offense should be fine. They return a lot of players. Pitching is the question mark for them.
Bureau Valley's another squad like that where they have a mix of younger and older kids. Emily Phillips returned. She's one of the best slap hitters around the area. She's a leadoff. She hit about 485, I think, last year. Her little sister is
Ashley.
Ashley. She's going to be a freshman on the roster. So that kind of shows you the sort of mix they got. They're going to have freshmen and seniors starting. It's going to be an interesting mix.
Hall's kind of the same way. They have Brenna Folletti back as a junior, who was first team area last year. She hit almost 600. And they have some other young, but she's always, she's probably their best returning. Like she's a junior. They don't really have any seniors. Like you said, the
yeah.
But they, like you did their preview, they're going to have several freshmen who are going to be starting pitching for them, right?
Yeah, they're going to have young kids that they're going to call up. Pete Kaspersky said they're going to be quote unquote thrown into the fire a little bit with not having any outdoor work so far, but they'll get introduced to varsity real quick and hopefully make some good starts for the Lady Red Devils. And now it's time for everybody's favorite segment, NT Prep Preview Powerhouse Players. Mr. Baker, that tape, please, sir.
Powerhouse Players of the Week.
The Powerhouse Players of the Week.
Powerhouse Players of the Week. How's that?
Well, guys, we have our first Powerhouse Players of the spring. The first person up is Princeton senior Phoenix Smallwood. The jumper finished second in the triple jump, won the long jump Saturday at the Silver Streak Last Chance Invite. And Galesburg is a great way to kind of finish the indoor season, which concludes here this weekend.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm happy to have Powerhouse Players back. I really missed that last week. But the Powerhouse player I have here is Austin Baran from Ottawa. He had a nice day at the Northern Illinois Big 12 indoor meet. He won the long jump, and he got third in the triple jumps, and he had a really good day jumping. Should be a good season for Austin.
And last but not least, we have LaSalle Peru Jr. Logan Zoom Zeman. The Cavalier high jumping standout cleared 6'7". I don't know if you know, but that's pretty high. Saturday at the Northern Illinois Big 12 meet to take home first place. I think that would have got him second place at state. Is that right?
That is correct.
He would have got second place at state last spring with that jump, so he's a little ahead of pace already.
And while 6'7" is impressive, is it as impressive as our next Powerhouse player? We have a fourth and honorary Powerhouse player today, which is our producer, Matthew Baker. He scored 5 points on Friday night in the Rotary versus IVCH charity basketball game. Unfortunately for Baker and the Rotary, the score was not in their favor.
Hey, they split there right now. It's 4 games so far. Each of them won 2, so next year can be the decisive 5th game.
I think the most important thing is I heard they raised over $2,500 for charity, though, so it's
always a good cause.
Good cause. Thanks for watching NT Prep Preview, and check us out next week at www.newstrib.com/sports.